I feel that my voice is heard. Yeah, I do a lot. Like, at first, like, through my childhood, I felt like this big. And now that I've been in foster care, I just feel like, how do I explain it? I'm feeling myself. That's how I feel it. Like, I am succeeding. I'm like, I feel that can't nothing stop me and can't nothing put me down anymore. That I have this goal in my head that I am going to amount to something in my life, and that is what I'm going to do.
Well, from my experience from state's custody, I think that foster parents should be more into the kid and I don't know, try to get him into sports or something like that, something to keep his mind off of where he's at. And I definitely think they should focus on school, because me being in state's custody, I know that school is very hard for a foster kid. And I'd say alternative schools is the best place for a foster kid, because there's plenty of other foster kids there. And in a regular school setting, I don't know, like, it seems like my whole time I was in school, I always got focused on more than other people. And when you're in a class full of regular kids that aren't in state's custody, you start to feel uncomfortable when the teacher always comes up to you and asks you if you need help when you're doing the same amount of work as other people. So I think alternative schools would be better. But, I mean, I guess some people can still do it in regular schools, but I myself can't. And I think the foster home should have family meetings, because not all foster families get together and do something. And I mean, if you do something with the family, you just get more, you know them on a better level. And I mean, if you don't know the people you live with, it's hard to live there. And you always want to, be by yourself and stay in your room, and then you end up leaving state's custody, never knowing the people you've been living with for the last couple of years. So.
If I had to give advice to foster kids regarding engagement with their social worker, I think that it's important for foster kids to know that many times the social workers are doing the best that they can. A lot of times social workers are working with limited resources, and a lot of times they're overworked, or they have a lot of cases. And I think in many instances they're doing the best that they can. And especially for older foster kids, I think being engaged and continuing to voice that you want to be engaged goes a long way. It's kind of a check and balance. It lets the social worker know that, hey, this kid does have some valuable input, and we can use it in making decisions about the child. And for the child to know that, that again, a lot of times the social worker is doing the best that they can, and that, it's very important to continue to stay engaged, to maintain contact with your social worker, even if it's an email or, a phone call, what have you. Continue to kind of maintain contact, to stay on top of the worker. And again, it kind of works out as a check and balance.
It means, being in foster care as a youth means to me, now that I'm an adult, that, you always got to go through something to get somewhere. And it's not always bad when you have to go through things like that, or you have to experience anything like that, because maybe that was the best option for me. Maybe that was God's plan for me in the beginning, to have to do that, to end up, in the life I'm living now, and what I'm going to be doing in the future. Because I feel like if it wasn't for foster care, I don't know where I would be at, or how my life would have been, and where I would have grown up at, or anything like that. So I'm kind of thankful that I did have that chance to be able to be in foster care, because it helped me out in the long run, and it's still helping me out. I'm getting my college paid for, and I still have relationships with the workers and stuff, and they always guide me in the right direction. It seems like no matter how old I get, they still gonna be there. So I feel like it's a positive thing for me, and I wouldn't want her to go through it, because I wouldn't make no moves to the point where she has to go through that. But you know, if I was like I didn't have no other choice, and I knew I wasn't living right, and she had to go for foster parent, I'll make sure I be there still, and you know, check on her and stuff like that, and make sure I can get her back as fast as I can. I wouldn't keep her in foster care, but if that was the option I had, I guess I know how it is, so it couldn't be too bad for her.
Fostering or adopting would help people better realize how a child lives, and that not everybody is always going to be a perfect child. Fostering children lets you know that children come from all types of backgrounds, whether it be good or bad, and that they can turn out for the better or the worse.
What needs to be changed in the foster care system is we need more social workers, more effective social workers, not just anybody, the best of the best. And pretty much more foster homes, good foster homes, top quality, none of this, come be a foster care parent, pretty much ad in the newspaper. Like none, I'm not saying that they're not, but just look a little more deep than just finding somebody who answers an ad and being like, well, we think you'll be good. Understand the background checks need to be a little more done, pretty much go a little bit deeper when look for foster parents and adoptive parents as well. And as well as with the adoptive parents, be a little more open. There's a full range of adoptive parents that I think that aren't being too explored, and I would love to see more of other cultures pretty much to be chosen to adopt any type of race of kid. So that'll be awesome as well.
One big thing I feel like, to limit the amount of homes children are in. I know with me moving from place to place, of course I haven't done it anymore because I live my own, but it does affect you in your adult life. It's hard to feel comfortable anywhere, even in your own home. Like, I've had 3 apartments since I've turned 18 years old. I'm 19 now, and I haven't even been 19, nothing but a couple months, so that tell you get used to moving around. You're never comfortable in one little area. So I feel like if I could get comfortable with myself and, it's okay, you're not in foster care anymore, you don't have to keep moving around, you can be comfortable here, this is your home, that would be great for me. So maybe if they could reduce the amount of movement children are doing, because it makes it hard for you to be comfortable anywhere. And as I said, it transfers over into adult life, because I'm still living by myself, and it's kind of like I want to move all the time. So